Hi everyone, I'm Satomi from Japan Bread Baking Class. Today I will show you how to make Cranberry Chocolate Shokupan. This bread is soft and moist. It has juicy cranberries and rich chocolate inside. I'll also give you some tips to make a perfect loaf. Let's get started. We need to prepare a few things before combining the ingredients. First, adjust the temperature of wet ingredients. We want the final dough temperature to be around 26 to 28 degrees. The winter in Japan, my kitchen is usually below 20 degrees, so I use the wet ingredients at around 38 degrees, but not over 40 degrees as it may cool the yeast. In summer, when it's hot, I use iced wet ingredients below 5 degrees. So please adjust the temperature of the wet ingredients depending on the environment where you live. Secondly, steam the cranberries for about 5 minutes. Let them cool down, then use a paper towel to remove the moisture. I always steam dried fruit as this helps them stay juicy and they won't absorb water from the dough. The last step is to chill the chocolate chips in the fridge, so they don't melt while kneading. Now let's start combining all dry ingredients into a stand mixer bowl. When I make shokupan, I usually use bread flour with 12% protein. This makes the bread soft and fluffy. Then add cocoa powder followed by sugar, salt, instant dry yeast. Mix the dry ingredients with a spatula before adding the water and milk. This helps the wet ingredients spread evenly. Now add the water and milk, then mix lovely. Place the bowl on your stand mixer fitted with a dough hook. Start mixing at low speed until all flour is mixed. Then change to medium speed and knead for about 10 minutes. If you are using a KitchenAid mixer, low speed is level 2 and medium speed is level 4. These settings work well for kneading without putting too much stress on the mixer. Sometimes the dough sticks to the bowl, so stop the timer and scrape it off with a spatula. After 10 minutes, the dough is still a bit sticky, but the gluten has started to form and the dough can be stretched. It's time to add the butter. Mix again on medium speed for about 15 more minutes. After kneading, the dough should be smooth and elastic. Do the window pane test to check if the dough has been kneaded enough. Take a piece of dough and gently stretch it with both hands. Move your hands in a zigzag motion little by little like I'm doing. If you can stretch it thin enough to see light through without tearing, the dough is ready. If your dough can't be stretched this much thin, knead for 5 more minutes and test again. In order to make more strong gluten, do the slam and fold. Take the dough from the side and gently slam it on the work surface, then fold. Repeat this 20 to 30 times. Now let's add cranberries and chocolate chips. Stretch the dough into a rectangle, then sprinkle dried cranberries and cold chocolate chips on top. Gently pull the dough towards you as you roll it up. Place the dough with the seam side up and roll it again. Put it back into the stand mixer bowl, then mix on low speed for about 1 to 2 minutes until the cranberries and chocolate chips are spread in the dough evenly. Take out the dough from the bowl and shape it into a tight and smooth ball. Before proofing, check the dough temperature. If it's between 26 to 28 degrees, it's perfect. If it's lower, the proofing will take longer. If it's higher, it will go faster. So please adjust the proofing time depending on how your dough looks. Place the dough into a bowl and cover it with a damp towel or a shower cap. Let it rise in a warm place until it becomes double in size. The dough has risen. To check if it's proofed properly, sprinkle a little flour in the center and poke the dough with your finger. If the dough hole stays, the dough is ready. You may also see some bubbles on the surface. If the hole shrinks, let it rise longer and check it again. Lightly dust the top with flour and press gently to release gas. You don't need to press too hard. This is the top surface of the dough, so from now on, keep the surface outside when you shape. Take the dough out of the bowl and place it on the work surface with the top surface up. Scale the weight of the dough and cut it into 3 equal pieces. Once you cut the dough, shape each piece into a ball, keeping the top surface on the outside. Place the top surface down and fold in half. Seam side up and fold again in half. And repeat one more time. Tuck the dough underneath to make surface tension. Cover with a damp towel and rest for about 15 to 20 minutes until the dough relaxes. While the dough is resting, lightly graze the inside of the pan with butter or spray oil. The dough has slightly expanded and feels relaxed. If the dough still feels tight, rest for 5 more minutes. Now it's time to shape the dough. With the seam side down, sprinkle a little flour and gently press the dough with your palm to release the gas. Roll the dough from the center to the top and bottom to make an oval shape. Flip the dough over, then fold the top and bottom toward the center so the edges slightly overlap. Sprinkle some flour on the work surface. Turn the dough 90 degrees and gently roll it out to even the thickness. At this point, the dough is slightly narrower than the width of the pan. Roll it up from the top and pinch the seam to close. Do the same with the remaining dough. Place the dough rolls into the pan with the seam side down. Make sure all the rolls face the same direction. Cover the rough pan with a shower cap or plastic wrap and let the dough rise until the highest part reaches the top of the pan. About 30 minutes before baking, preheat your oven to 190 degrees. Now the dough has expanded. Put the lid on and bake for 30 to 35 minutes until fully baked. After baking, gently tap the pan on the table 2 times to let the steam out. Remove the bread from the pan and cool it on a rack. Let it cool completely, then slice it up. It's great for breakfast, or even as a little sweet treat. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this cranberry chocolate shokupan recipe. Please like and subscribe for more shokupan recipe variations. See you in the next video. Happy baking!